Hello, good morning, and welcome back to The Witness. I am Noden, your host, as always. So, in our last episode, we farted around with a puzzle, at a pagoda, and, then we came, that's a very cool looking little bamboo forest over there, and then we made our way around, when we solved nothing, to this strange, bunker. And yeah, that's as far as we got. So we are going to puzzle a little bit maybe, and we will see where that gets us. If it gets us anywhere, it likely won't. But hey, we still have exploring we can do because we're explorers. So let's do that as well. Let's begin with just doing this in some fashion. Good news, it worked. Okay. I don't know what we did, but it did something. Let's just copy exactly what we just did. That's what I thought would happen. So, we know now that the white one is different. Again, I'm trying to separate these. I'm trying to see if there's a way that you can separate them. I suppose there is. Like, if we did something like this. No. Not quite. Let's see what happens when we do that anyways. Okay, just checking. Ba-na-na-na. Okay, separated. Alright. This is more complicated. This is quite a bit more complicated. Now, I'm guessing in this one, the purples can be together and the greens can be together, but the white has to be separated. We can do that. So, let us do maybe one of these. Perfect. And same deal. Purples together, whites together, green together, but, you know, there's only one, so let's not get too hasty with it. Okay, so let's do it this way, maybe? Perfect. And here... Ooh, this is tougher. Oh, no, we need the purples together. Dang. Okay. There we go. Oh, no, I got a green. The green is in with the whites. That's never gonna work. Okay. Okay, the green just has to be on its own, though, right? Okay, we can do that then. So let's go about this the opposite way. Like this. No, it's never gonna work either. Okay. Okay, that separates the green on its own. How do I get... Alright, I'm just looking at this now. Okay, so that's the white on its own. The purple is with the green. And I've got no way of going back down to clear that. Alright. Cat on the back of the chair in case you hear any weird meowing. Just, you know, fair warning. Sip coffee while we think about this. I'm very confused with this, and I don't know why that is. I think it's because I'm trying to put these on the wrong side. I wonder if we do it backwards. Like, what if I try to put the purple on the inside? No, it's not going to work either. Hmm. No, that gets a purple and a white. Ooh, okay. There we go. Got it. All right. Okay. Is this the same thing where they all have to be separated? Seems to be. Okay. It's just a more complicated version of the same game. Alright. And... Oh. How... Okay. Okay, how does that work? How does one? How does one do? Because I can't split this. Like, I need to kind of go... I need to go in between there. So one must go between these spots here. Pet a kitten. Oh man, those colors are just too similar for my liking. Okay, so if we have to go through there some way, what if we... No, we don't want to go... I guess we have to go... No. Something like this. But then the green... Then the blue ones here are with those white ones, and those ones are with those things. That's never going to work. Okay, let's do some bundling here. Okay, so that's got... No. Damn. I don't know how. I don't know how. Alright, let's think. Let's think. We need more more thought. Alright. I need to have this spot open. I need to have this spot or this spot open. I know it wasn't gonna work. I was just doing it. Huh. I know this isn't going to work either. I'm just trying to see if there's something that we can do that would make that different. For instance, if I just did this, the yellows are with the reds and the beiges are with the blues. And I've no real way of separating them thereafter. What if we did go sort of backwards with it? No. I don't know. Alright, let's just back up for a minute. Let's take a breather. Let's look at some flowers. Look at that. There's no orange petals on the ground. That's very curious. Can I get through here? No, I cannot. Just thought I'd look. Alright. Taking a breather. Taking a breather. Maybe we'd do some exploring. Let's do some exploring. We'll come back. We'll be right back. Let's take a look at these very nice cliffs. This reminds me of the Giant's Causeway, which is an area of Ireland. There's also formations like it in Iceland. Which way did we come from? Let's been that way. Let's go this way. But it's where you have, I think, pools of lava that cool very, very slowly over like thousands of years. And they make these like geometric shapes. And they're just like perfectly like aligned, whatever, and they make these really cool looking cliffs that look just like this. And it's very, very amazing. And I got the worst earache when I was in Ireland, and I went to see this thing, and we were out on it, and it's right on the ocean, and it's so windy and loud, and it really, really hurt the earballs. I'm trying to decide between Yellow Tower and the cool forest thing. Let's do the cool forest thing. Ooh, it's a very, very loud waterfall thing. Hello. Good. Oh, there's like stuff through there I can't get to. And yet another game without a jump key. I mean, what is it with you people and your hatred of jump keys? On top of a waterfall. It's very loud. I'm sure that's important somehow. But not right now. Ooh, okay. Yellow Tower it is. Sip of delicious whole milk cappuccino. Alright. Oh, so these are some of the flowers, and they're spreading into the grass, and it's all lovely. So I'm guessing yonder Yellowvator is linked to that which is downstairs. perchance. I can't fall down there. I can't go any higher. I have a cable that walks off over to this thing, which I can do nothing with. Can I go underneath? Nope. Nope, that's just where I'm at. Oh, I can go down here. Oh, hello. Okay. That's the green room. Oh, there's a hole in the ceiling over there. Can I go down? I'm gonna look this way first, and then we'll see if we can go down. This just goes back upstairs? Yes, it does. Okay, let's see. I don't think we can just go off the edge or anything, but, you know, we gotta try. No, but I will note with some interest that that bit of ceiling is caved in. I'm just trying to see. There doesn't appear to be any patterns in the roof. Interesting. This is also interesting. A lot of strange, interesting going on today. Alright, continuing on. In our exploration exposition. Oh, and a strange, massive pipe that's just like leaking yellow. Alright. Oh, and this is a path. Up to a hand. There's a hand. Weird. I'm bringing some, like, copyrighted Final Fantasy music or something. I actually could do that with, like, just the flick of a switch, but I'm not going to. Ironically, I have my PS4 turned on with Final Fantasy running in the background, just on the load screen, waiting for something to happen. Because I've just finished all of the games that I've been, like, playing, and I hadn't finished Final Fantasy.
Up there, you go around every hour and a half, time after time after time. You wake up usually in the mornings, and just the way that the track of your orbits go, you wake up over the Mideast, over North Africa. As you eat breakfast, you look out the window as you're going past, and there's the Mediterranean area, and Greece, and Rome, and North Africa, and the Sinai, the whole area. And you realize that in one glance, that what you're seeing is what was the whole history of man for years, the cradle of civilization. And you go around down across North Africa and out over the Indian Ocean and look up at that great subcontinent of India pointed down toward you as you go past it. And Ceylon off to the side, Burma, Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast body of water. You've never realized how big that is before. And you finally come up across the coast of California and look for those friendly things. Los Angeles and Phoenix and on across El Paso. And there's Houston. There's home. And you look, and sure enough, there's the Astrodome. And you identify with that, you know? It's an attachment. And down across New Orleans, and then looking down to the south, and there's the whole peninsula of Florida laid out. And all the hundreds of hours you spent flying across that route, down in the atmosphere, all that is friendly again. And you go out across the Atlantic Ocean and back across Africa. And you do it again, and again, and again. And that identity, that you identify with Houston, and then you identify with Los Angeles, and Phoenix, and New Orleans, and everything. And the next thing you recognize in yourself is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. That whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with. When you go around it in an hour and a half, you begin to recognize that your identity is with that whole thing. And that makes a change. You look down there, and you can't imagine how many borders and boundaries you crossed again and again and again. And you don't even see them. At that wake-up scene, the Mid-East, you know there are hundreds of people killing each other over some imaginary line that you can't see. From where you see it, the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful. And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. What's important? And so a little later on, your friend, again those same neighbors, another astronaut, the person next to you goes out to the moon. And now he looks back and sees the Earth not as something big where he can see the beautiful details, but he sees the Earth as a small thing out there. And now that contrast between that bright blue and white Christmas tree ornament and that black sky, that infinite universe, really comes through. The size of it, the significance of it, it becomes both things. It becomes so small and so fragile, and such a precious little spot in that universe that you can block it out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there that you can cover with your thumb. And you realize that that perspective, that you've changed, that there's something new there. That relationship is no longer what it was. And then you look back on the time when you were outside on that EVA and those few moments that you had the time because the camera malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was happening. And you recall staring out there at the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now, you're no longer inside something with a window looking out at a picture. But now you're out there. And what you've got around your head is a goldfish bowl, and there are no limits here. There are no frames. There are no boundaries. You're really out there, over it, floating, going 25,000 miles per hour, ripping through space, a vacuum, and there's not a sound. There's a silence, the depth of which you've never experienced before. And that silence contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed with which you know you're going. That contrast, the mix of those two things, really comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and why. Do you deserve this? This fantastic experience? Have you earned this in some way? Are you separated out to be touched by God to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no. There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully that you're the sensing element for man. You look down and see the surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They are you. And somehow you represent them when you are up there. A sensing element, that point out on the end, and that's a humbling feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility. It's not for yourself. The eye that doesn't see does not do justice to the body. That's why it's there. That's why you're out there. And somehow you recognize that you're a piece of this total life. You're out on that forefront and you have to bring that back somehow. And that becomes a rather special responsibility. It tells you something about your relationship with this thing we call life. And when you come back, there's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between you and that planet, and you and all those other forms of life on that planet, because you've had that kind of experience. It's a difference, and it's so precious. And all through this, I've used the word you because it's not me. It's not Dave Scott. It's not Dick Gordon, Pete Conrad, John Glenn. It's you. It's us. It's we. It's life. It's had that experience. And it's not just my problem to integrate. It's not my challenge to integrate, my joy to integrate. It's yours. It's everybody's. Russell Schweikart, 1975.
That was fucking crazy cool. Alright, well, yeah, I'm gonna end the episode here, and we're gonna head back to our little flower room, and we will pick up the next episode, where we began the last episode, or this one, as it were. Until then, John Livia, good night.